into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to it. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let me tell you, I did not sleep last night because we have a jam-packed morning filled with so many excited faces and giveaways. Of course, my name is Jamie Domberg, reporting live for duty this morning. First up, we are being graced with the presence of Miss South Africa 2020, Shirifatso Musida, talking all things beauty and her latest book for young girls. She's in the studio. She's coming to inspire all of us on this Friday. Then, of course, the moment you've all been waiting for. The team from Samsung are here again to unpack the Galaxy Z Fold 3 and Galaxy Z Flip 3 5G. And guess what? Yes, you guessed it, you at home could win one. So all you have to do is sit back, relax for the next 3 hours, because you could be a winner. And we are all so excited because we know we get to connect with you this morning. And one person who is so excited to connect with you guys this morning is my G-Man. Good morning. You are looking sexy, sir. Hello.
No, you are looking unbelievable. You unbelievably skinny human being. What is going on? You divide yourself in half or something over this last week. Incredible. You should be so proud of your progress, girl. And likewise, you at home. It's been one of those weeks, but we've made it to the Friday and we're going to have a little bit of fun today. And of course, yes, you have the opportunity to win a game-changing foldable device. The Flip 3 5G could be yours, so you want to stay tuned for that. But it's been an amazing week. There have been a couple of highs and a couple of emotional points for me, definitely. I think undoubtedly having Arno Carstens and the Springbok Nude Girls coming back here, performing, and Arno's voice sounding back to its absolute best as they kind of took us on this nostalgic journey. That for me was the high point. But we're asking you guys on our social media platforms, obviously being a Friday, we are getting ready for a feel-good weekend. So what has been your favorite moment on the show this week? Let us know. Let us relive it. It could be a high. It could be a funny moment. It could be a not-so-smooth moment. We have had it all. So let us know on the Expresso Morning Show Facebook page. But right now, let's get this crazy show underway. Get those news headlines under the belt.
Thank you, Mr. G-Man, and I'll start with your national news. The Independent Electoral Commission, also known as the IEC, will be hosting its voter registration weekend tomorrow, as well as on Sunday across the country. Some 23,000 registration stations will be open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to enable those wishing to participate in the November 1st election to register or amend the details if they have moved or changed address. Meanwhile, the Department of Home Affairs has announced it will open its offices this weekend for people to collect ID documents as well. And then the Deputy Minister in the Presidency, Professor Hlengiwe Mkhize, has passed away. The 69-year-old Deputy Minister responsible for women, youth and persons with disabilities died on Thursday morning. Details of her passing are not yet clear. She was appointed to the portfolio in 2019 by President Cyril Ramaphosa. Mkhize was also chairperson of the Andrew and June Mlakengi Foundation. On the international front, the head of the Islamic State group in the Sahara, Adnan Abu Walid al-Sahrawi, has been killed by French troops, says President Emmanuel Macron. Adnan Abu founded the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara in 2015. The group is blamed for most attacks in the region, including the targeted killing of French aid workers in 2020. Macron said Adnan Abu's elimination was, and I quote, another major success in our fight against terrorist groups in the Sahel. The Sahel is a vast 3 million square kilometer area that stretches from Senegal in the west to Somalia in the east. And then staying with the international news, Italy is to make it compulsory for all workers to have a COVID green pass. That is a proof of vaccination, a negative test or recovery from the virus. The measures are some of the strictest in the world. Anyone without a pass will face suspension from work. Meanwhile, some 3,000 health workers in France have been suspended because they have not been vaccinated against COVID-19. A new rule which came into force on Wednesday made vaccination mandatory for the country's 2.7 million health, home care and fire service staff. And then finally, all about German researchers and their Moo-Loo project. On farms, cows freely relieve themselves as they graze around, and the accumulation and spread of waste often contaminates local soil and waterways. So, what's the solution? Well, potty train them, says researchers. In an article published 4 days ago in the journal Current Biology, German researchers show that cows can be potty trained, enabling waste to be collected and treated, this reducing air pollution. Dr. Jan Langbein, an animal psychologist at the Research Institute for Farm Animal Biology in Germany, says cattle, like many other animals, are intelligent and they can be taught how to use a toilet. The process to potty train calves was aptly dubbed Moo-Loo. Calves were rewarded when they urinated in a latrine, and they were allowed to approach latrines from outside when they needed to go again. And believe it or not, it actually worked. So let's doff our caps to the Germans. This is indeed a win-win situation, as agriculture is the largest source of ammonia emissions, with livestock farming making up over half of that contribution. On that note, that is where I leave your 6 o'clock news headlines. I will be back at the top of the hour. Here is G with a first look at the weekend sports.
You always give me an impossible act to follow, but let's give it a shot with a global sporting perspective. Let's start with transfer news in rugby. Springbok 8th man Dwayne Vermeulen has signed a 2-year deal with Irish club Ulster. The 35-year-old had joined the Bulls back in 2020, where he had an immediate impact as he led the Toronto-based side to the Carling Currie Cup title. Of course, the Rugby World Cup winner, who is currently in Australia with the Boks for the Rugby Championship, will make the move up north after the November test matches. Then news in cricket, Virat Kohli says he will step down as India's T20 captain after the T20 World Cup that kicks off next month. Kohli captains his country in all 3 formats and said on Twitter that he is stepping down due to the workload of captaining in all 3 formats. He added that he'll continue to lead the team in ODIs and test matches. The 32-year-old took over as captain in 2017 and has won 27 of his 45 matches in charge. On to football. Banyana coach Desiree Ellis has named a very strong squad for the upcoming COSAFA Cup in Nelson Mandela Bay. Captain Janine van Wyk is the only overseas-based player in the squad, while Chabana Raitumetse has received her maiden senior call-up. South Africa opened their Group A campaign against Malawi on September the 28th before a clash with Angola just 3 days later. Then they close out their pool play on the 4th of October up against Mozambique. Only the top team in each pool and the best placed runner-up qualify for the semi-finals. So lots on the line. South Africa are the record winners of the competition, having picked the trophy in 7 of the 8 editions played. Hopefully they're a shoe in or a boot in this season as well. Then on to Formula One. 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel and Canadian Lance Stroll will race for Aston Martin next season in an unchanged driver lineup. So Vettel, who won his titles with Red Bull between 2010 and 2013, joined at the end of last year from Ferrari, while Stroll will be starting his 6th season in Formula One next year after making his debut with the former champions Williams back in 2017. So Aston Martin are currently 7th of the 10 in the constructors' standings. That's where we leave our sport for now. Yolu is stepping in to give you a broader perspective on some of the highlights we can look out for. Stick around for that in the next 20 minutes or so. Right now, Carla's got the latest on the weather front.
I do indeed, and goeiemorgen. Let's start off with the weather news. Interesting environmental news is that Britain's envoy to the UN Climate Change Conference is planning to visit SA ahead of COP26 November talks in Glasgow, Scotland, to discuss helping the country to end an over-reliance on coal that makes it one of the world's leading carbon emitters. A British envoy, John Merton, will focus on cooperation in the transition from coal to renewables ahead of the COP26 in Glasgow. SA is Africa's most industrialized nation and uses coal for more than 80% of its power, making it the world's 14th largest carbon dioxide emitter, pumping out 479 million tons equivalent in 2019, 2 places above Britain, which has an economy 8 times as large. Eskom, Africa's single largest emitter, is pitching a $10 billion plan to global lenders to shut most coal-fired plants by 2050 and embrace renewables. So let's hope we can turn to more sustainable methods of electricity production in the future so we can protect our beautiful planet and, of course, those breathtaking sights and sounds. Maybe solar This is why we have great sunrises. In fact, talking about those, we couldn't start our Friday without some amazing sunrise images received from this week's viewers. And starting us off is our top fan, Fatah Khan from Richards Bay, who shared the following message. Hello, Feel Good Breakfast Show. Rainy day in the Bay. Stay safe, everyone. Then Masnuna Leggett from Boerkaap sharing this captivating view overlooking the Cape Town CBD. And we are just loving it. The colors in the sky and the view was certainly just the perfect way to begin a gorgeous day with your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Please keep it coming. I want to see more. And even if you're in a different country, that doesn't matter. Just pop them onto Expresso Facebook page and don't forget to add your location. As we get onto the temperatures you can expect on this beautiful Friday, let's start off with Polokwane. Good morning to you. 9 is your minimum and you go up to a max of 20 degrees Celsius today. Bombela, 12 to 15. There is a chance of rain, about a 45% chance in fact. Pretoria, 11 to 25. Johannesburg, 10, and you rise to 23 this afternoon. Mahikeng, 11 this morning, up to 27 later. Klerksdorp, 9 to 25. Kimberley, your maximum is 21 degrees Celsius from a low of 5. Bloemfontein, 4 to 21 today. Richards Bay, a 71% chance of rain if it's not raining already. 13 to 18 are your temperatures. Pietermaritzburg, 6 to 17. Durban, 13 to 20 with a 25% chance of precipitation. You got Mthatha at 2, but you rise to 16. East London, 8 to 16 today, a 64% chance of rain. Cradock, partly cloudy for you. 0 is where you start, up to 16 later. Gqeberha, you got 9 this morning, and you'll be rising to 17. George, 7 to 15 today, with a 59% chance of rain. Cape Town looking clear, 11 to 19. Worcester, same for you, 19 your max from a low of 5. Sutherland, 0 to 13 today, and Uppington, nice and warm, 25 degrees Celsius from a low of 9. That's a wrap of your weather news as well as your temperatures. As I always tell you, sunrise photos are always appreciated on this show. It puts a smile on our face. As we get on to more action from your Feel Good Breakfast Show, just stand by.
Action aplenty, my friend. The box in action tomorrow morning, 5 minutes past 9. I have to keep reminding myself that it's an early game. Don't miss it. We're going to delve into all of our weekend sporting highlights. Also a nice North London derby on the cards as well in the Premier League. Yolulwe Oshe is standing by to take us through all the highs.
And of course, what is a weekend without some smooth and not some smooth moments? That we're going to bringing you all the laughter that you need to get up for this Friday. But stick around with us. I promise you it's a show you do not want to miss. We'll see you after
You're going to win a phone. One of you is going to win a phone.
Care is bringing passion to everything you do.
Proving good taste and good values go hand in hand.
Care is what goes into every single cup of Nespresso.
Made with care. Hecho con cuidado.
Nespresso. What else?
You can do anything. All you need is determination. And a fresh pair of these, nalles. But what's the point of looking like Njeke if your dreams go up in flames? In this world of doing it for Ikram, do you want a bank that takes your money or a bank that takes your money seriously?
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're live with Expresso, and we are delving into all of our weekend sporting fixtures taking place this weekend. Yolulwe Oshe is going to give us the lowdown. Another action-packed weekend of sport. The Springboks, of course, facing Australia in their second rugby championship title, or their match against those from down under. We've got Premier League action, and of course, Spurs facing Chelsea on that lineup, and then MotoGP moves to Misano. Yolo, great to connect with you, my friend. Let's start with the Springboks up against Australia tomorrow morning, 9:05. Should we be nervous? A couple of missed kicks was really all the difference from last weekend, possibly a little bit more clinical, maybe, as Jacques Nenabo has pointed out, a slightly better kicking game in terms of how we're chasing them down. How are you feeling about the matchup tomorrow?
Yeah, Graham, I think, to be honest with you, you would be accepted if one would have a bit of nerves because of the kicking game. Very, very crucial. We left 10 points on the field last week. So, but the bigger concern is that Henry Pollard hadn't just started last week, but the signs were showing already throughout the British and Irish Lions series. But, you know, we were getting away with it. So last week was the first time the team was actually very exposed, and we lost because of, you know, the points that we left on the goal. But I think we can help alleviate that pressure more by being more clinical in terms of the way that we execute our broken play, for example, and be more dominant in terms of our set piece as well, because, yeah, we can't have all the pressure on him up the court.
Yeah, and take nothing away from Quade Cooper, who admittedly has been out on the outskirts of Australian rugby for a while now, stepping up to the plate. And I'm so glad that he gets another nod, another start for the Wallabies. I'm sure he'll have an impact there. We spare a thought for Nicolas Janssen van Rensburg having to return home for personal reasons. But when we talk about that set-piece play, we know Nenabo's gone for another 6-2 split. Specialist Marvin Ori comes into the fold. Clearly, the set-piece is a massive focus for them. Vitally important. We know that we're going to score those tries off the line-out and the maul, and we need that kind of bomb squad to be able to come in. And we know Stephen Kitsoff on the bench again as Trevor Nyakane gets a start up front. But we should get this right. I mean, these are the world champions. They've only lost twice since lifting that World Cup trophy. If we get those finer elements right and we've got the backs running freely, we can do this.
Yeah, of course. And Springboks, you know, the one thing about the Springboks under this current regime is that once they've got their backs against the wall, once they feel like the whole world is against them, that's when you start to see the real Springbok fire coming out, you know. And like you said, we've got all the personnel that we need. We've made one or two adjustments. Trevor Nyakane is going to come into the scrum. He'll be fresh. He'll give us more impetus as well. Stephen Kitsoff coming off the bench. He'll have his own impact. Marvin Ori will come in. He's going to have a point to prove as well. Season campaign in our franchise rugby, so he'll be relishing the opportunity to finally get a chance to start a big test match for the Springboks. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he does, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the whole team bounces back from last week, because it would have hurt their pride, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. And make no mistake, this is a big one, vital in their rugby championship narrative as well. That one kicks off, as we said, at 9:05 tomorrow morning. Make sure that you set your alarm for that one. Let's now move to the English Premier League. After a scintillating week of UEFA Champions League with hat-tricks galore, some surprise results thrown into the mix, we certainly have our appetites whet for a little bit of footballing action. We've got a couple of great lineups. We've got some standout games tomorrow. Arsenal taking on Burnley. They'll be looking to continue that momentum, and an interesting one in the context of what Crystal Palace did to Spurs. Liverpool up against Palace. Do you see Palace repeating their efforts against Spurs? They were amazing, and so good to see Vieira up on the sideline once again. But how would Liverpool be feeling about that one, do you think?
Yeah, look, Crystal Palace played very well last week, but I think, the element of that should be a tribute to their home fans.
They certainly did come out on top. 3 goals they put over Leeds in their last encounter, so they've got the momentum. But great to see Patrick Vieira back in the mix there in English football. So looking forward to that one. But the big one this weekend has to be a North London derby. Spurs will want to bounce back. They had a fantastic start to the season, but not quite as good as Chelsea have had to their season. This is perfect timing. All the cards are in play here for this North London derby on Sunday.
Yeah, couldn't be more perfectly set up for Chelsea, in fact, because they're flying, like you said. They've got Romelu Lukaku relishing every game at the moment under Thomas Tuchel. He's getting the supply he needs, workmen like midfield, being able to cover and also create for him. And then you're looking at the other hand, Tottenham have just lost last night. They've lost Lucas Moura and they've lost Steven Bergwijn. On top of that, they've already lost Heung-min Son to a calf strain. So they're very, very light going forward at the moment, and that's what they rely on the most, on the counter-attack. So it's going to be an interesting one to see how the two coaches tactically set up. But Chelsea will fancy their chances because of the momentum that they're having at the moment, as well as the available playing personnel.
Up his helmet at the end of this season. This will be his last outing on Masano. That's going to be an emotional one.
Yeah, a legend of the sport. A lot of people couldn't imagine the sport without him. He's been there for so long. He's been doing so well in the sport as well. So it's going to be an emotional one for him. He's going to try and also finish in a credible position and go out well as well. But like you said, for our compatriot Brad Binder, he's been in superb form. The last 3 races, he's been finishing in the top 10. And that also, and he's the reason I want him to do so well in the qualifying is that because it makes it so harder for him in the actual races when he qualifies in 12th, for instance. So if he can just get a good qualifying time, I've got no doubt that he can crack that top 3. So I'm hoping to see that this weekend because, like you said, in the general standings, it's 6th at the moment. But if he can push on, he can at least crack the podium, 3rd place by the end of the season with about 4 races to go this year.
He can definitely do it, but all the money seems to be on Fabio Quartararo taking the title. He seems to have the most momentum at this point. But that's where we're going to leave our sporting highlights. It is a mouth-watering lineup. My brother, enjoy sinking your teeth in. Even if you look like a Bond villain today and you said that Chelsea have the edge, I'm going to let it slide, man, because you just look so dashing. But enjoy the weekend, enjoy the box tomorrow, and let's hope we see that Springbok fire. And you guys at home, never forget, #StrongerTogether.
Let's do something Spurs of the moment here and get into our smooth moment of the week.
Denzel takes his girlfriend out to propose to her. Smooth. He opens the box to give her the diamond ring and drops it. Not smooth. Still on his knees. He hears her saying,
"Yes, Denzel.
I do. Nothing smoother." Tropica.
Made with love by Clover.
Gee, come on in, get in here because we are hyping up the smooth and not smooth. Yeah, we're gonna laugh so much.
Oh no.
Because believe it when I tell you, everyone at home, there is never a dull moment on your feel-good breakfast show, ever. We are always serving up some smooth moments, and today we're gonna be raising a Tropica to one of our favorite smooth moments of the week. Are you guys ready? Maybe grab your Tropica.
Okay, ready.
Cheers to this.
Thank you.
Cheers to you guys.
Yeah, cheers. Laughter is guaranteed on the show, and this week's You Laugh, You Lose game between Carl and Uncle Tabsy. Hi.
Oh, Mom, what are you using that?
We were in stitches, guys. We were done. We were there. Plus, we thought it was very smooth that Carl could hold his composure for a smooth win. If you don't know what I'm talking about, let's take a look at this.
Okay, let's go.
Go for it.
All right. Where do cows go on a Friday night?
Where do they go?
So movies.
That wasn't laugh. That's what I laughed.
I feel like, did I get that point? Yes, man! Yes!
You cannot laugh at that. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's early in the morning, I get it. Okay.
What did the Dalmatians say after lunch?
What?
That hit the spot. Get it?
Because of the spots in the Dalmatian.
Yes.
You did, he worked it out.
Why are you laughing with your eyes?
He's smizing.
Not with your face. You're smizing here.
You're lysing. You're
Come on,
laughing
that was
with your eyes. Lysing.
Okay, he's...
Okay. He did it. You did it. All right, so 1 plays 0 still. Carl, take it away.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Isabel.
Isabel who?
Isabel not working.
I didn't laugh. I didn't laugh.
That is classified as a laugh. I'm sorry. Just
How do you do that?
I don't know, because it was funny now.
He's beat some of the best in the business, eh?
Yeah.
Beat me. And I was funny that day.
Oh, the dad
I've got to
jokes.
say, you beat Nick Rabinovitz. Yeah, you've proven your mettle now. You've proven your mettle. So cheers to you, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You get the MVP.
Smooth poker face throughout that. Poor Uncle Tabs, yeah, shame. It's not smooth at all. But he did give us all the laughs we needed this week. I have one for you guys. You ready?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Okay, did you guys hear about the guy who invented the knock, knock joke?
No.
Well, he won the Nobel Prize.
Okay, I'll tell you what, Jamie, nee?
Yeah?
Right? Knock, knock.
Who's there?
One of us is an owl who...
One of us is an owl.
Now we know.
Now we know for sure.
Wow, everybody. You guys left me there, but hopefully you, Zanzi, you enjoyed that highlight as much as we did. And if you are not smooth at making jokes like me, clearly, just take a sip of Tropical, because there's nothing smoother than it.
Denzel takes his girlfriend out to propose to her. Smooth. He opens the box to give her the diamond ring and drops it. Not smooth. Still on his knees, he hears her saying,
Yes, Denzel.
I do. Nothing smoother. Tropica.
Made with love by Clover. Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3, and we've got a beautiful recipe for you. Stand by, okay? Because Chef Clem has got the weekend started for us. You know, then they say, it's Friday then, it's also Chef Clem. It's the vibe. I know, you're welcome. So he's back in the house to show you how to build the perfect savory tart. You can use some ready-made pastry, layer it with fried exotic tomatoes, a cream filling, a beautiful cascade of a lot of cheese, and then, of course, popping it in the oven and removing it to the beautiful delight of your guests. That is an idea for you. Chef Clem, I'm ready for you to start the tart, because you make it look like an art.
Wow.
What's up, man?
Wow.
Let's go.
Amazing.
I know.
It's just on it. Okay, so let's talk about this. We're gonna do a tomato tart, okay?
Yes.
Super simple, super easy.
It's just tomato and pastry, right?
And a royale.
A royale. Ooh.
Custard. I'm being fancy.
Hello
Friday. Okay, and you're gonna make the royale for me. Royale.
I would like to make the royale.
So you got some free-range eggs. Can you add the other 2 eggs in there for me, please?
No problem.
And you got some cream?
I've got cream here, indeed.
Eggs, cream, together is a royale.
Royale. Is that it?
That's it. That's it.
That's it.
Then you got some seasoning, salt and pepper, which you can add there as well. So I'm kind of like treating this. Everything in my mind right now is gearing up to like an amazing weekend of braaiing. Okay?
I can tell.
You can tell. It's true. So where does this fit in?
Yes.
This is what you give your guests when they come in.
Oh, you see, that makes sense, man.
It does. Because we spoke about this. We spoke about this. Those people that braai for like hours and hours and hours and hours, and then
I've rehabilitated since. So I now plan my meals properly. I don't actually make you wait for certain things, because now the cold temperatures, that's how you plan your braai. Because you know, when you got the super hot coals, that's what you do. But the thing is, the key is to make sure that you have 2 sides to your story. So what you do is you make sort of 2 fires, so to speak. And if you've got like a nice little braai area, I'm going to suggest, right, the one side needs to be your super hot fire. The other one you make a lot earlier, so the coals are down for your white meats. So that way, everything cooks at the same time. I'm just an idea if you are braaiing this weekend, just to make sure that there are 2 sort of ideas for you. And people are not going to wait for the chicken last, and then you want to rush it, and then you give them beautifully cooked chicken on the outside, beautifully pink and succulent on the inside.
Pink?
Yeah, it's not
chicken.
a good... Yeah, exactly.
Wow,
It's
a great way to lose weight. It's salmonella, right there, boom, 10 kgs down. But we're not going to do that.
That's what happens to people. I'm telling you, they do it too fast.
So let's talk about this. We're going to use tomatoes, and they're beautiful. It's an exotic tomatoes. We're using the Rosa, 3 R's.
Rosa. You have to go Rosa.
You have to.
Almost like a motorbike. Rosa.
That's how you do it. That's how you do it. Cool. Then we got the exotic tomatoes.
Yes.
And the Bella tomatoes.
The Bella.
Do they taste different? Yes, they do.
I have tasted each one of those. What I like about the exotic tomatoes, right, the green ones have a beautiful sort of, it's like a savory note to it, because it's not that sweet. And I enjoy that as well. And I think with the balance of the tomatoes, like the Rosa tomato is very sweet for me.
Very sweet.
And then you've got those greens that come into there. Now you're thinking, oh my word, there's a balance of flavor happening. And they're just from tomatoes. It's sensational.
It is, absolutely.
Chef, all the cream.
All the cream, why not?
Okay.
So then we're going to go in with the yellows. Some of them you can halve, and some of them you keep whole. It's kind of nice. So as you're busy eating the tart, you bite in a little pocket of tomato, and it pops in your mouth, you know?
Oh, yes, please.
And this is a great one because, okay, biting into a hot tomato, no. Don't do that. But this one, I actually serve this tart at room temperature, and it's delicious. It's really great. So again, you make this ahead of time, so when your guests come through, it's done. I love your royale.
My royale is getting there. It's like rumbling, like the Rosa royale.
Pan starting to do its thing. I can hear it sizzling a little bit.
I like the sizzle.
The sizzle. It's a light. It's a subtle sizzle.
So with regard to, you're not preparing your tomatoes, you're just making sure that they are raw so that the natural flavors and sugars are coming out of them. Because I know that some people like preparing their tomatoes a bit more, and they would kind of do a little bit of a preparation with some sugar and to try and make it a bit more sweeter. But of course, what we're doing is we're trying to bring out the natural flavor of the tomatoes.
You can use sugar if you want to. You can use some garlic in there if you want to. I mean, I would at home add about 15 cloves of garlic to this. Garlic, you know, it makes everything amazing.
A sprig of this, a sprig of that.
So definitely let that do its thing. Then while that's happening, let's talk about Filo pastry. Filo,
season the royal?
Please, always. That's the most important thing. So here's the thing about, and this is intentional, we did this for you today. So when people buy Filo pastry, and then they manhandle it, because obviously it lives in the freezer, and then when it comes out the freezer, they either chuck it in the microwave, which is horrible because you're going to destroy it immediately, you can't use it anymore, or they just start working with it too rough, and then they break it. So what I said, I was like, Kelly, today's your day. I actually want you to break it. So I can tell people, when you break your Filo pastry like this, if it's a nice clean break, don't panic. don't panic.
Okay.
Because you're going to layer the sheets of pastry anyway. So you want a few small pieces to get into the little nooks of the pie dish that you're using. So the most important thing is when you're working with Filo pastry, it dries out like so fast. So when you're working with it, have a damp cloth on the side.
Yeah.
Clean, obviously.
Yes.
And then keep it covered.
Okay, that's okay, right. So you're trying to get as much moisture retained in the sheets as possible.
Absolutely.
And obviously, moisture speaks to flexibility, and flexibility is what you need to make sure you're shaping it.
Professor,
I got it.
Professor.
I'm just trying to make it happen there. That's all. What do you need me to do,
melted
Chef?
butter. As I place them down, you give them a brush. Okay?
All right.
And be rustic. Don't come with like fancy little neat edges. You want little jagged edges like that.
So you want to brush this, Chef?
Go for it.
Okay, ready to go.
And you can add about like 3 layers. You can 3 layers is good. It's a nice amount of crunch in there, but you can go more if you really like pastry.
Go for it. Jump in
cool.
pastry.
There we
the
go.
great thing is that we do have a bit of a recap for you in case you're not following all the steps, because I mean we're having fun here and we may be forgetting about certain elements, but do not worry, we're going to make sure that all of them are.
Wow.
Well, I mean, I just think that I'm having fun. I mean, the Royal is over here. I see there's a Parmigiano Reggiano.
The elements are happening. Okay, cool. So then we got our tomatoes going beautifully. What I'm going to do?
I love it when you start revving up. I love it when you start going faster. That's my favorite time where I'm like, Chef, 30 seconds, and then you gooi.
Then I gooi.
Yes.
Can I gooi?
Go for it.
There we go.
Go for it.
In goes your Royale.
Royale's in. And what this is going to happen, well, so obviously the eggs in there, that's going to be the stabilizer. So as it cooks through, it's going to make sure that the entire tart remains together and fixed and good. Oh, then tomatoes are coming in. Hello, are those okay to go straight into that mixture?
You can let them cool down, but if you're going to go straight into the oven, it's fine.
No
Get them in there, pop them in the oven, and then, here we go. Parmigiano
Reggiano.
It goes in. You can even add some of this to your Royale to get extra flavor.
Yes.
It goes into the oven. I'm going to bring it over here. Can I bring it over here?
Yeah, bring it. Bring it. Here we go. And if you want to do it, woolworths.co.za, we have worked on the recipe all night. We didn't sleep because we want you to get this right, impress your family. A little ending of Parmigiano Reggiano on the top there. And that is a fantastic tart. Don't forget the start. It could be an art. And if it's not yet, watch this recap. Thanks, Chef Clem.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso, you're live in S3, and we've got some electrifying dance pop music coming your way from singer-songwriter Nicole Mason, as well as Jordan Simons, along with Evan Raffles. And I can tell you, these guys, they formed the music duo Do Not Disturb, but we will disturb them today. Let's give them a massive Expresso welcome. Ba, 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 ba. Yes, man. Yes. Hi.
Morning.
Welcome to my couch.
Thank you.
Okay, this is a very, very important couch because we reveal a lot, okay? I'm going to use my psychological powers to reveal things that you're not actually supposed to reveal here.
As
All
you
right.
should.
Sounds interesting. Are you guys ready for this?
Ready.
I think
All right.
so. I think so.
Remember Michael Jordan, right? Now, people who are named Jordan obviously slam dunk music.
Yes.
So this is Jordan. And the thing about Jordan, Do Not Disturb, you could have chosen any. Like some people would have called their group OMG, maybe LOL, WCUTM perhaps, but you went with D&D.
Yes, sir.
Why?
So when Evan and I were discussing a few names, we thought of, threw a few names around.
Like what? I want to know what the names were, just very quickly, like, because I know that naming a group is the toughest thing that you could do.
It was something crazy like ephemeral. I know that.
Ephemeral sounds like a biological term for when you break your leg, you have an ephemeral problem.
So, so that was one of the name suggestions, as well as Do Not Disturb. And why we thought of Do Not Disturb is because we sort of want to represent, background, bedroom producers, musicians, people that just have a talent, but they're in their room waiting for the world to, kind of see this talent. And so we thought, why not Do Not Disturb?
Okay, well, that's actually brilliant. But now that you think about it, because now also it actually rolls the tongue, D&D.
Yes, sir.
You got like a nice, it's like TNT. It's explosive music, so you've got D&D.
Yeah.
It's like, it's got a same thing. It's great. You know what I'm saying? It's great. Also, you're very hard to get hold of. So that's another thing. But you must take your phone off D&D and then actually put it back on so we can actually call you. It'd be nice. It would be great. However, we have this lovely lady over here, Nicole Mason. So I know that there may be some people that don't know you who have sort of like gone into Facebook and tried to find, details about you, but it's better for you to share the details.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know who Nicole Mason is, give us that rundown. From school, favorite color, star sign, how you got into music. Let's go. Ready?
Wow.
Go for it.
Well, I am a singer-songwriter from Athlone, and I do have a full-time job as well, but...
You can't drop that in and not say the full-time job. Okay.
She's struggling.
You work... In what industry do you work, the other job?
The clothing marketing industry.
Clothing marketing industry, fantastic.
Yes,
okay,
yes.
I can tell. That's it. All of this is all marketing.
Of course.
That she's wearing today. It makes sense.
But
nice.
I've loved music ever since I was little, and I really started songwriting when I was around the age of 13. And it's really one of my biggest passions. So I'm glad that I'm actually here. It's a good opportunity.
I'm so happy that you guys are here. I'm really excited. And I know that there are some individuals who, have been waiting to perform on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, but I know that this is going to be special to you. I have a feeling. Who was the first person that nudged you and said, yo, Nicole, you can actually sing?
Ooh. Probably my dad.
Really?
Yeah, they're super supportive in everything that I do.
That's brilliant.
Both my parents, actually,
So now let's talk the single man. How far? All right. Now, I would like to know about how D&D and Nicole Mason connected. There's got to be some sort of connection somewhere. I don't think you guys just saw each other and said, hey, let's post an ad somewhere and then let's connect. So how did the meeting happen?
So, when Evan and myself initially started D&D at the beginning of this year, I've always been more in the live music scene with bands, concerts, festivals type thing, where Evan was more in the music production side, working with different artists in studios type thing. And so when we got together, we kind of brainstormed a few artists that we would love to work with. Evan and I haven't worked with Nicole in the past, but I've been fortunate enough to, see her perform live at 1 or 2 gigs. And so we checked out some of her original music as well as some covers that she had on social media, set up a Zoom call. Truth be told, the first track we sent Nicole, she actually gave us a thumbs down.
Sorry, what?
She gave us a thumbs down for the
No,
first,
you must be. I told you, Couch brings out some stuff here. I want the animosity.
Jordan, how dare
This is
you?
how we make TV. We must get animosity out there. Right. I feel like someone should shout, Jerry, Jerry. I got it. But... All right, so the song, you said that you guys worked hard on the track.
Yes, sir.
You sent it to Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole says no. How did that make you feel?
You know, we just had to move on and kind of mold something more around to what Nicole wanted.
Yes.
I guess what we sent her wasn't exactly, you know, something that she also felt. So we obviously wanted to make something around that she would be comfortable with. And so from the Zoom session, we had a studio session.
Yeah.
Nicole then came with a reference track. And so we got started on the beat, laid in some keys. Evan was on the mixing, some drums. And then once we turned around, Nicole was jamming out. And so we kind of knew that we were on the right track with this one. And so, yeah, that's how...
You guys are kind, eh? To make sure that you mold to somebody's talent, which is fantastic. And I know that's going to come through the song, which we'll hear on your Feel Good Record show later. How far? But thanks a lot for joining me on the couch. I know I revealed some stuff about other jobs as well as things that have been rejected. Either way, D&D, Nicole Mason are going to be on your show a little bit later, so make sure you stand by for that. As we get ready to make something happen for you, the two very good-looking people on the show are standing by.
Jerry.
Beautiful stuff, man. We did get the dirt. Well, hopefully you are ready to win and win big.
Maynard's, it's a juicy kaboom!
It's Friday then. Say what? It is one of our favorite days of the week because guess what? We get to call a lucky viewer right now to play the juicy kaboom.
It's a juicy kaboom!
Yay! Are you ready? Feeling that Friday feels.
I'm hoping because I feel like I got my throwing arm in. My eye is in today, so I hope our next winner picks me to throw the ball. But of course, it'll be between the two of us. So this week we've asked you guys obviously to comment on the juicy kaboom.
It's a juicy kaboom!
I'm going to say that as many times as I can because I get that result. And of course, we asked you guys what fun and juicy plans you have for the weekend. And one particular viewer wrote in, and Rafilwe Malela, she had this to say: I'm planning a party for my little sister. She loves Maynard's. So as an activity, I'm planning on hiding Maynard's jelly beans in the garden so her and her friends can search them out. I'm also going to make a jelly and put them inside for a hashtag Juicy Kaboom!
It's a juicy kaboom!
We do that every time.
That is awesome.
Yeah, we actually have Rafilwe Malele on the line right now, and we're eager for her to win a big cash prize with us. Rafilwe, how are you feeling? Good morning.
Good morning.
The energy that we need for this Friday. Congratulations already just for being chosen to be part of this game. Let's do a quick recap on how this game works, okay? So you're going to choose one of us who is going to be selecting a prize for you. So you're going to select which bucket we should aim for in order to win that prize, okay? So choose your presenter.
Okay, so either myself or Jamie, who would you like to be throwing your balls into the bucket today?
Jamie.
I hope this doesn't come back to sting you, girl, because I had my eye in, hey? But she's good. She's really good, hey?
And we'll use my strong hand for
she's
you,
been
Rafilwe.
training.
My strong hand.
She's been training hard. All right, so that's the first big decision that you had to make, Rafilwe. Now we've got to choose a bucket. And obviously you can see different monetary amounts on the buckets, a couple of booby traps there as well. Don't worry, if you get a booby trap, it just means we're going to have a little bit of fun in studio and one of us has to do a forfeit, i.e. Jamie, because she's the ball thrower. But I'm really hoping that you're going to go for a $3,000 and we're going to give you 3,000 Rand in cash. So which bucket would you like Jamie to go for?
Boob trap.
You want the booby trap?
But the booby trap, I mean, you only then get go for the cash, man. Go for 3,000.
I can give you the booby trap.
Come on, Rafilwe, go for the 3,000.
Go for the cash. Go for the cash.
Go for the cash.
Okay.
I will go for all the cash, okay?
Come on, girl.
This one is just for you.
She's got the eye of the tiger. You can do it. I know you were so close with your first throw. You can do it. Oh, This was like Carl last week. Get a loop, get a loop.
It's a juicy cup.
And it only took her 953 attempts to get it in, but she did it. Refilwe, you've just won 3,000 Rand in cash. That's what Friday is all about. Enjoy your sister's party. It sounds like you've got some really cool things planned. She is so lucky to have a bigger sister like you. What's your little sister's name?
Thank you.
Refilwe, what's your sister's name?
Bilonze.
Send her a massive, massive happy birthday from us.
That was just for her and for you. Again, a big congratulations to Refilwe. Remember to always make it juicy, make it fruity, and to make it in Maynard's hashtag Juicy Kaboom.
It's a juicy kaboom.
Hey, don't forget to look out for the next competition. Question coming your way this Monday. 3,000 Rand, 500 Rand, 1,500 Rand. All of this yummy stuff could be yours.
Maynard's, it's a juicy kaboom!
Join Expresso this spring to stand a chance of winning a 4,000 Rand Clascon voucher weekly as we ask how you color your life. Is it the cherry red in your ride, maybe the burst of new blues from your garden, or the sunsets and seascapes of a favorite getaway? Well, answer our weekly social media question and find the terms and conditions on expressoshow.com. Then color your life with 4,000 Rand paint vouchers to be won all spring on Expresso.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. What a week it has been for Nick Hammond and his Drive team on their heritage tour. What have they not done? We have obviously been uncovering some hidden gems across South Africa, and we are connecting with them right now with the 5 Drive team in the rain.
Hey guys, morning. This is how much we love you. The shot is too good to pass up, but this rain is not fake. It's very much real. We hope you're well. Hello.
Nick, I want to start with you. Please tell us about your latest adventure and, of course, the experience you had in Limpopo.
Yeah, so the latest adventure that we had was in Limpopo. We went to a small village, Mukula village is its name, just next to an incredibly beautiful part of the province where we met a guy by the name of Mulalo Negondeni, who when he was a kid in school started building out of recyclable materials a replica of Soccer City Johannesburg. He'd never been, he'd only seen pictures, but he was a massive fan of soccer from the time that he was growing up. And he started doing this thing intricately, looking at designs, trying to get it it just perfect. And all the while, everyone in the community around him, from what we could tell, thought that he was doing something silly. His mother, I don't think, even understood it. But eventually, when this thing was constructed and built, it ended up going viral on social media and became such a big thing that he ended up getting an architectural internship for his incredible efforts. And it taught us, or reminded us rather, that if you want to do something in life, don't worry about what other people think. Just go out and do it. Like, that's the point, and that's the kind of thing we're trying to drive home with this exceptional story.
Absolutely awesome and inspiring stuff. So, Bibi, I'm going to turn to you now. What is it about Limpopo, that part of our beautiful country that you loved and found so great?
The Limpopo province is so amazing, you guys. First of all, that is the best place in this country to find acha. All other provinces, don't bother, because the best acha is found in Limpopo. I mean, last year on the Heritage Tour, we got to go to Giyani, experience just the beautiful place that is Giyani, dance in Shibelane, and get to learn more about the Xitsonga culture. And this time around, we got to go to Thohoyandou, which I learned for the first time that Thohoyandou means head of an elephant in Tshivenda. Just wow. And the part of Thohoyandou that we went to is just so beautiful, and it's so tropical. And again, the mangoes that make the acha are just so amazing over there. And then we also got to see Polokwane, which is so different from Thohoyandou, which, you know, it's so dry and it's so arid. It's like, wow, this is one province and all this beauty is in one province. Limpopo is where it's at, man.
Ew, the energy that you get in that place. I love it. I just want to go back to that replica for a second. Now, Jude, you being the sports aficionado on the show, what do you think of the replica of Soccer City?
So, having been to both the Nego City Soccer City and the real life Soccer City, I can tell you that the similarities is just insane. What I liked about it is that the real life Soccer City, the field of play is not at ground level, it goes down a bit. And at Nego City, it's exactly the same. I'm quite impressed on how he got it so exact.
Nadia, let's have a little bit of fun here. Fun question for you today. Who is the best and who is the worst at waking up? Because I understand you woke up super early this morning.
I feel like we have all had our moments. I mean, everyone struggles to wake up because we have such long days. We wake up super early, we drive for hours and hours, we collect content, we do the show, we go to bed late, and then it all starts again the next day. So I think everyone has had their moments in terms of waking up late or being late. But I will say that I think, personally, Jude is at least always the earliest. That's good. I'm not going to out anyone else.
Enough said.
Yeah,
enough said.
exactly. Five Drive, thank you so much for sharing this story. We do appreciate that, and have the best time on the road and be safe.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to get out the rain.
The rain is auspicious, man. It's
Yeah.
a good sign. It's a good sign. Their journey does continue. That's the Five Drive team celebrating South Africa's unbelievable heritage and doing it in the best way possible.
Absolutely.
Discovering those hidden gems. Just take the time, yes, to connect to the place, but connect to the people. You have no idea how many amazing South Africans there are doing these things that no one has even seen. They just fly under the radar. So the next time you can, get in a car. We might not be able to travel internationally, but we can still explore our own backyard. So get out there and discover some of those hidden gems for yourself.
And share them on the Expresso Facebook page. We share news with you. Here's Jamie Lee.
Thank you so much, boys. 1 minute before 7 o'clock, time to have another look at those news headlines, starting with your national news. In an attempt to promote transparency, President Cyril Ramaphosa has called on the public to nominate those they think are suitable to be the next Chief Justice. Justice Mogoeng's term will come to an end on the 11th of October. The Constitution empowers the President to appoint the next Chief Justice after consulting the Judicial Service Commission and the leaders of political parties represented in the National Assembly. Any person may nominate candidates, but it must be accompanied by the necessary endorsements and submitted by the 1st of October 2021. And then the Independent Electoral Commission, the IEC, will be hosting its voter registration weekend tomorrow, as well as on Sunday across the country. Some 23,000 registration stations will be open between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. to enable those wishing to participate in the November 1st election to register or amend their details if they have moved or changed address. Meanwhile, the Department of Home Affairs has announced it will open its offices this weekend for people to collect ID documents. On the international front, China has criticized a historic security pact between the US, the UK, and Australia, describing it as, and I quote, extremely irresponsible and narrow-minded, severely damaging regional peace and intensifying the arms race. The deal will see the US and UK give Australia the technology to build nuclear-powered submarines for the first time. It's being widely viewed as an effort to counter China's influence in the contested South China Sea. The region has been a flashpoint for years, and tensions there remain high. Staying on the international news front, the head of the Islamic State group in the Sahara, Adnan al-Sahrawi, has been killed by French troops, says President Emmanuel Macron. Al-Sahrawi, founded the Islamic State in the Greater Sahara in 2015. The group is blamed for most attacks in the region, including the targeted killing of French aid workers in 2020. Macron said al-Sahrawi's elimination was, and I quote, another major success in our fight against terrorist groups in the Sahel. The Sahel is a vast 3 million square kilometer area that stretches from Senegal in the west to Somalia in the east. And then finally, some great news from the world of entertainment. At the age of 91, Clint Eastwood, star of arguably some of the best westerns ever made, is back in the saddle again and even throwing a punch in his new western, Cry Macho, which officially hits the circuits today. The Hollywood legend has never shown much interest in retiring and appears on screen in the movie as a former rodeo champion tasked with one last job. Eastwood, as Mike Milo, must travel to Mexico and retrieve his former boss's son, Rafo, played by Mexican newcomer Eduardo Minet. Longtime collaborator and producer Tim Moore said, what everybody loves to see is Eastwood, the cowboy, on a horse. He hasn't been on a horse since Unforgiven, the 1992 Oscar-winning film, said Moore, and referring to Cry Macho, Moore added, and I quote, the first day that we filmed a scene of him on a horse again, the crew were just all so excited. It was a special moment. Eastwood, a multiple Oscar winner born in 1930, first came to global stardom in blockbuster westerns such as A Fistful of Dollars, For a Few Dollars, More and the Good and the Bad and the Ugly, and we can't wait to see it. That is where I wrap up your 7 o'clock news headlines. I will be back on the top of the hour. Here's G with another look at the sports.
Now, I'm sure feeling very lucky. Punks is Springbok 8th man Dwayne Vermeulen. He signed a 2-year deal with the Irish club Ulster. The 35-year-old joined the Bulls back in 2020, where he had an immediate impact. He led the Toronto-based side to the Carling Currie Cup title in the process. The Rugby World Cup winner, who is currently in Australia with the Box for the Rugby Championship, will make the move north after the November Test matches. Then on to cricket. Virat Kohli says he will step down as India's T20 captain. That's after the T20 World Cup that kicks off next month. Kohli captains his country in all 3 formats and said on Twitter that he is stepping down due to the workload of captaining in all 3 formats. He also added that he will continue to lead the team in ODIs and Test matches, certainly where he's needed with the bat. The 32-year-old took over as captain in 2017 and has won an impressive 27 of his 45 matches in charge. Then on to more selection in football. Banyana coach Desiree Ellis has named a very strong squad for their upcoming COSAFA Cup in Nelson Mandela Bay. So Captain Janine van Wyk is the only overseas-based player in that squad, while Kabana Ruth Metze, she's received her maiden senior call-up. Congratulations there. South Africa opened their Group A campaign against Malawi on September the 28th. They then clashed with Angola just 3 days later, and then they'll close off their pool play on October 4th up against neighbours Mozambique. Only the top team in each pool and then the best-placed runner-up qualify for the semi-final. So lots on the line. South Africa are record winners of the competition, in fact, having picked up a trophy in 7 of the last 8 editions played. Then some interesting news in Formula One. It's official. 4-time world champion Sebastian Vettel and Canadian Lance Stroll will race for Aston Martin next season. That's in an unchanged driver lineup. So Vettel, who won his titles with Red Bull between 2010 and 2013, joined at the end of last year from Ferrari, while Stroll will start his 6th season in F1 next year after making his debut for the former champions Williams back in 2017. Aston Martin are currently 7th in the 10-place constructor standings. If you missed any of those headlines, we'll touch on them again at 8 o'clock. Right now, though, let's give you a global weather perspective and see what some of those temperatures are to take us into the weekend.
Thanks a lot, G. Let's take a look at the weather news first. Now, California wildfires in the Sierra Nevada in the U.S. are threatening to engulf the Sequoia National Park, which is home to General Sherman, the world's largest tree. The fires, collectively known as the KNP Complex Fire, was started by lightning last Friday. As it continues to rage through the Sequoia National Park, fire crews yesterday prepped the famed giant forest for flames by wrapping the bases of some of the massive sequoias in fire-resistant aluminium material. A number of historic structures close by are being similarly prepared. The Colony Fire, one of two blazes comprising the nearly 9,000-acre complex fire, is within a mile of the grove, and the flames could reach the giant trees soon. The grove is home to some 2,000 giant sequoias, including the 85-meter-tall General Sherman tree, considered the largest tree on Earth by volume. Now we move from fiery parks to fiery skies, and what is a day without a good sunrise? Let's start with you, Rina Vasan. Thanks so much for sending this through. She's from East London, of course, shared this overcast morning with us, showing the sun illuminating the clouds from above. We are making an exception for this beautiful sunset shot, captured by Roxy Mays from Craddock, who took this photo of the sunset. We love sunrises, but this will work too. A symbol for the end of the week as we sit down, of course, and look back at what has been quite a productive and beautiful week. So if you want to start your Friday in a good note, I need to give you an idea as to what to wear. And these are the temperatures. They come in handy. Now let's start you off in Polokwane. So 9 is your minimum to a high of 20. I would suggest layering. Bombela, 12 to 15, a 45% chance of rain. Umbrella. Pretoria, 11 to 25, looking good. Maybe a t-shirt. Johannesburg, 10 to 23 today, looking fantastic. Maya King, 11 to 27 degrees. Make sure it's something light. Klerksdorp, 9 to 25. If you are going to be dressing, make sure you have a cap there. And of course, Kimberley, 5 to 21. Bloemfontein, 21 degrees, nice and moderate for you. Richards Bay, 13 to 18. There is a 71% chance of rain, so a raincoat would work there for you. Pietermaritzburg, 6 to 17. Durban, 13 to 20 today. Umtata, your high is 16, and that's from a low of 2. East London, 8 to 16 with a 64% chance of rain. Craddock, 0 is where you start. I suggest a jacket. 16 the maximum. Gqeberha, 9 to 17 today with a 58% chance of rain. Also rain expected in George, 15 the max from a low of 7. The Cape Town, 11 to 19 today. Worcester, looking beautiful, 19 the max from a low of 5. Sutherland, you start on 0, but you're up to 13. And then Uppington, 9 is your minimum, up to a high of 25 degrees Celsius. That's a wrap-up of the weather action just for you and your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And let's stand by because we are getting ready with Miss SA 2020.
Believe it or not, we did ask you what is the highlight of this week. For me, it's definitely announcing the next person. But first, let me tell you, Bobby Brown once said she believes that all women are pretty without makeup, but with the right makeup can be pretty powerful. This morning, I am surrounded by power as our reigning Miss South Africa, Shudufatso Musida, joins me in the beauty room. Everybody, please come and give her a warm welcome. Miss South Africa, everybody. Come on in. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks, and how are you?
Good, beautiful. Thank you so much for sitting down with us in the beauty room today. I mean, we got to connect with you not too long ago. You gave us a 5-minute routine into the way you do your natural makeup in your apartment. Are you more of a natural girl, or do you like a full glam?
I think I'm in between. Natural is great, glam is great, but just finding the right balance between glam and natural is just amazing.
How do you find that balance? Because it's sometimes difficult, because you want to, you know, like again, I said, stay natural, but sometimes you do want a big lip, you do want a big eyelash. How do you find the balance?
I think it's all in the eye. The right eye can actually change everything. So on my eye, I do like, today I kept it very, very natural, but like usually I like a bit of gold, like the way that you have it. This is absolutely perfect. So for me, it's all in the eye. You don't have to do too much with everything else. If the eye is beautiful, if you get the eye right, then you can find the right balance between a natural and a glam look.
I can't have you here without putting you on the spot. What is your go-to W Beauty product?
My go-to W Beauty product is the micellar water. I love it so much, unless you mean makeup.
We can do both. Go, we want all the tips. We want all the secrets to getting this glow.
Thing is, I think the way you remove your makeup is as important as how you put it. So the micellar water is something that I really, really love. But then they also have this one eye and cheek palette that I really, really love. It reminds me of Aaliyah back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't have it with me, but it's one of my favorite products as well.
We actually put a little display out just for you to
Oh, there's the micellar.
There we go. I know that is your go-to product. When it comes to makeup, because I know you also like a good lip, what is your go-to product as well?
I like the hydro lipstick. I really, really love it. Finding a lipstick that gives you the color that you want, but also the finishing that you want, but it's also quite like beautiful on your lip. It hydrates your lip as well. So I really love the hydro lipsticks.
Now, here's the thing. When we introed you for your apartment 5-minute makeup, everyone could not stop speaking about this glow that you have. Maybe it's the Miss South African glow, we don't know. We want to know, what is the secret behind that?
I think it's taking care of your skin. I speak about hydrating all the time. Hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. So in the morning when I wash my face, I also just like putting some of the hydrating face mist on my face. When I take off my makeup, my favorite thing is taking my makeup off with the micellar water, because there's this glow that I have. And when you're done, you put on the serum as well, the vitamin C serum, and then you're just good to go. I really love hydrating.
Me, I'm writing down everything, my friend, because I want it all. But obviously you're preparing to take the world stage. We've seen Natasha, we've seen Tato take their respective pageants and just doing it with such grace. How are you preparing for this next step?
I think everything is in the mind. Empowering my mind as well, and just getting my mind ready for it, and also some research as well. I think I've been watching a lot of the Miss World shows, and luckily I've got a great team that has done this before, so they guide me on every single step. But the biggest thing that I'm learning is that you just have to be yourself, and when you're yourself, there's not much preparation that goes into it other than making sure that you work. I am a person that has a beauty with a purpose, and that is exactly what I'm doing through my book, through Mindful Mondays, through all the initiatives that we're doing under the Mindful Movement. I made a promise when I became Miss South Africa that would start the Mindful Movement, and to be honest, I've done that, and I'm so happy that I fulfilled my purpose in this role, and I cannot wait to take my next role at Miss World.
Goosebumps. Goosebumps, everybody. Miss South Africa is here. She's talking all about her brand new book. Now remember, you can also get the Miss South Africa Makeup Essentials, the glow that you want, at Woolworths, and of course it is available in store, it is online, and it's also on the app. But do stay tuned for more with Miss South Africa, everybody.
Woolworths brings you the beauty brands you love. From the icons you swear by to local favorites. From clean beauty to coveted fragrances. Your most loved beauty brands. Edited for you.
Simple as CBD should be.
South Africa, it is time to rise up as we continue the fight against the spread of COVID-19. Whether it's following social distancing protocol or getting the vaccination, now is the time to show Mzansi how much you care. To celebrate and commemorate just how far we've come as a country, we want you to get up and dance. It's time for all South Africans, young and old, to share in the joy as we embark on a journey to a COVID-free world. For some, it will be a dance of remembrance, a dance of survival for others, and a dance of hope for many, but a dance of fun for all. Enter as an individual, as a family, or even colleagues. Get everyone involved. Follow our step-by-step tutorial and win.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso on S3. We're live, and I woke up this morning thinking, I'm going to do something amazing with my bestie. And I think this is it.
This is that moment.
This is that moment
It
right
really is.
now. Now, let me set the scene for you. She was crowned almost a year ago as Miss South Africa 2020. And she's now preparing for an even bigger platform. We are so proud of her as well. 16th December it actually goes down. And Mzansi will be wholeheartedly standing in support of Shudufatso Musida as she competes in the Miss World 2021 Grand Finale. Why is my voice changing? In Puerto Rico.
So we are so lucky that she is currently in Cape Town in the midst of promoting her children's book, Shudu Finds Her Magic. And she is our very special guest here this morning. I say that because she has the brightest tiara anyone has ever seen.
Yes.
When a tiara becomes a crown, she is our queen, she is our princess, and hopefully she's going to be the world's queen. Shudu, we love you, man. We love you. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, this is home now. This is home.
We love it. And obviously, a massive year coming up for you. We've got a couple of questions about that. But first, we want to delve right into Shudu Finds Her Magic. You're obviously down here promoting the book at the moment. What has this journey been like? What's the reception been like?
It's been absolutely amazing. You know, you have an idea and you put it down on paper because basically it's my life story. And then you see how receptive children are to it and how I don't have to tell them what message I'm trying to communicate, like with the book. I ask them and then they'll tell me about mindfulness. I had a little girl that taught me about mindfulness. She's like, we practice mindfulness at home. We do breathing exercises. And also, when I'm feeling bad, what I do is take my bad feelings and put them in the magical river. I'm like, what? And all through expressing themselves.
But that's massive because I read a lot of kids' books. I've got 2 young children, so like I've become a connoisseur of the written word. But to get it right in a children's book is actually almost more difficult because you've got to use an economy of words. You've got to make it simple and accessible, but you want that magic. You want that, and there is magic in this clearly. So well done, man.
And also with this book, I was trying to communicate mental health education, like introducing it to children from a young age to destigmatize it from the ground up. So we worked with child psychologists to make sure that, yes, we're communicating mental health, which is a big topic, but also we worked with child psychologists to make it palatable to children. Now they understand what mental health is, but in a fun and beautiful way.
And as you say, like at the base level, that's brilliant.
Yeah, when I look at this book, I mean, the messages and the narratives in there, they must be so beautifully received because you're actually going to read them in schools now.
Yes, yes.
So I wanted to ask about, you know, because I'm sure the reading voice is something that you have. You know, when you read a story, your voice changes. So you have a conversation like, yeah, Graham, it's fine. And then you start reading, you're like, Shudu finds her magic.
Not even.
Let's go. So
It's hi, my loves. How are you? There we go.
See, with me, it's normally I'm trying to put my child to sleep when I'm reading, so I try and make my voice as monotonous as possible and keep talking like that. Absolutely beautiful. Miss World on the way, preparation. I'm sure you're having to use a lot of mindfulness at the moment. Are you ready for it? Are you ready for another pageant?
I think I was born for this. Like as I watch it, it's beauty with a purpose, and that has been my core, the core of who I am since I was 8. So when I see the projects, when I see what the cornerstone of Miss World is, I realize that, you know what, I was made for this moment, and irrespective of how it goes, like this is the time for it. This is the time for me to go represent our country, and I couldn't be more proud to represent a more beautiful country.
Because it's a platform.
It's
the biggest platform that you can have.
It's a huge platform because I was talking about how mental health is not a South African issue, it's a global issue. Bullying is not just a South African issue, it's a global issue. And taking it to the world stage to get more resources, to get more voices, and to amplify my voice on a world stage is just absolutely amazing. So I'm looking forward to just standing there and just showing them our beauty with a purpose and showing them the South African children and how they've been receiving this book as well. I couldn't be more proud.
We couldn't be more proud proud of you. And I know the preparation can be quite grueling. I've always wanted to ask somebody who's preparing for something as big as this Miss World, what are some of the facets of it? Is there any training around questions that may be curveballs? Any training around sort of like the way you walk, the way you have to, you know, sort of the elocution stuff as well? What is preparation like? Because Graham and I talk about sports events coming up and how the athletes train, but I know it's going to be quite rigorous for you as well.
Like
no, it's a lot, but I think it's more like refining everything. It's when something is in it, like it's in you. For example, the question and answers. So sometimes you watch it and then I'm just like, okay, this is how she answered. How would I have answered it? So I'm working closely with Werner. He's the creative director of Miss South Africa, and what we have are discussions. You know, like we have discussions about these things because in terms of preparation, it's almost like what happened with Miss South Africa. It's everything is within you.
Yes.
You just have to be yourself. I realize that most of the time when we're trying to show up, we forget who we are. So if I show up as myself, that's the greatest training I could have ever received. And Miss South Africa, my journey as Miss South Africa, I've been so blessed that I don't know if I'm the first Miss South Africa to have a full reign before going to an international competition, but being Miss South Africa has been the greatest training of all because now I just have to go to a bigger stage and still be myself as Miss South Africa 2020.
And of course, you've had this over the most challenging year ever. So, I mean, what a wake-up call for the world. So if ever there was an opportunity to have a voice, this is that time. You're going to hand over your crown. I've been present on stage while that crown gets handed. I cried because it's such an emotional kind of passing of the torch because you know what goes into carrying that mantle, wearing that sash and that crown comes with a huge amount of responsibility. What do you have to say to the top 10 finalists? Never mind the winner, but those girls that are going to be so close. It's tangible. It's almost there. What do you say to the finalists who are gunning for that crown?
I think I've sat down with them actually and we had a conversation and I spoke about how with our year, for example, with the 2020, I gained 9 new sisters, 9 new aunts from my children, and the finalist stage for me is the most important stage because that's when you realize that we are better as a collective. Yes, as Miss South Africa, you've got a team, you've got everything, but then you know when you're going after the same thing, which is the crown. So what I have to say to them, when you're going after the same thing, which is the crown, you realize that we all have different causes, but somehow they're all interrelated, interlinked. And if you just listen to the next person, you realize that even when you win the crown, you're not only carrying your dreams or your aspirations, you're carrying all those 9 voices with you, and you're just taking them as one and pushing them forward and using the platform that you have to amplify not only your voice, but all the voices that you've heard as from the finalists.
We just want to wish you all the best for Miss World. In fact, we actually know that next time we interview you, we'll be saying Miss World 2021. Hi, Shurufatso. And I just have that confidence because you're an inspiration. One thing I took out of it is the fact that the best training you ever have is showing up as yourself.
Yeah.
Just be
love
authentic.
That is what I take out of it. So, you know, congratulations. Thank you for sharing your magic with us because you found it and now we get a chance to find ours too. So thank you.
And thank you so much. And thank you so much for I call it a prophecy saying the next time I sit here, I'm going to be Miss World.
Yes.
2021. So thank you so much.
And I'm just saying this show is a very good luck omen. It is a very, very good luck omen. We are so proud of what you've done over your year of reign. And of course, the release of Shudu Finds Her Magic is just so special. It's going to have such an impact on young people's lives. It's been a joy to witness this young woman fully realize her own potency and that platform and teach others how to harness the power within themselves.
Now, if you are inspired to find your own magic, as we are, then please, you can actually stand a chance to win one of 5 signed copies of Shudu Finds Her Magic. Then all you need to do is head over to our Facebook or Twitter pages, answer the question, very easy. How do you harness your magic when you doubt yourself? I'm sure you've heard lots of pearls of wisdoms here today, and you'll be entered into a random draw for the prize. The competition closes at midday today. T's and C's apply and can be found on expressoshow.com.
Good luck.
Welcome back as we celebrate your birthday.
What's up?
Happy birthday.
Thanks for leaving us.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. A very happy birthday to you.
Yes, happy birthday. If it's your birthday today...
Is that you pressing the thing going...
Yes, I do it every now and then. It's like, that's what I like to do. It's really, you know what? It's your born day, and you shouldn't take this day lightly. You should celebrate yourself. And somebody who sent us a video is somebody who's so special. I can tell you we love how amazing these videos are, but we have one that really stood up above the rest. So Nokaselwa Matonsi sent this video. Take a look at how amazing she is.
Brilliant.
Hey!
Absolutely brilliant. We absolutely love the moves, the vibe, the feel, everything that went into that video, and we want to make this particular person's birthday extra special. So please give a warm Expresso welcome to Nokaselwa Matonsi. Happy birthday, girl. When was your birthday? Nokaselwa, when was your birthday, girl?
Went to Gator for drinks with my friends and they had ice cream.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you know, Graham and I were sitting here, we looked at your dance moves and we thought we want to make your birthday extra special. So, Nokaselwa, you'll be very happy to know that not only are we just saying happy birthday to you, but
we love you.
We have a massive, massive prize for you. You have just won 500 Rand!
There we go, girl. The only rule is you've got to spend it on yourself. Happy birthday from the Expresso family. Keep sending in dance videos. We look forward to giving you another 500 Rand next year because your dance moves are that good. Nokaselwa, congratulations. Happy belated birthday and enjoy spending your 500 Rand.
500 Rand! Yes!
That's my girl.
That's
my girl.
Oh, I love it. Now, please remember, if you want to feel just like Nokaselwa, then you need to do the necessary. We're running a weekly competition where you can win yourself 500 Rand in cash.
All you have to do is send us your birthday dance moves on WhatsApp, and you can send it to 071-840-6551. It's as easy as that. Best dance moves, simply win.
Exactly. Terms and conditions can be found on expressoshow.com. The one terms and conditions little point you won't find there is that you have to experience it like Nokaselwa with an air horn. Happy birthday.
But guess what? We have the perfect recipe for you to celebrate your birthday on this Friday.
So, we've had classic fashion from Timby, classic cars, thanks Chad, and we've seen classic hairstyles. And you, Michael? Classic!
A classic range from Clover. Timeless taste.
Made with love by Clover.
We know this. We know that one of South Africa's most loved classic desserts is a malva pudding. And today we turn that classic into cupcakes, and the best way to serve them is with Clover Classic Custard. And who better than our favorite in the kitchen, Michaela, to show us how it's done to celebrate your birthday. Hey, Mama.
Hello.
How are you?
All right, thanks.
I feel like I haven't seen you this entire week.
I know.
I know. My life is empty.
I know.
I'm also just hyping you up because I see this thing over here, and you and me in the kitchen with this thing becomes a meme. So take that away. What are we doing with our malva cupcakes?
Okay, so let's actually just start off with the stove part, and then we can kind of forget about that for now. So the syrup that you drench your malva cupcakes in, literally we gave you just that today. Are you sure you don't want to use the hand mixer?
I'm fine. I'm very fine. You know, I'm having a great show today. There is no need. So, in case you missed it, last week, Michaela made me... What were we baking? Baking a cake. And she said I need to use this. And by accident, I didn't know how to use it. And then it went on and then it was everywhere. And then I battered all over my face. And then the worst part is that everyone on social media made me a meme. Thank you to Mike, right? Our social media guy that actually put my face next to with all the things. So yeah, I'm just staying away from all the appliances and I'm just gonna stand here and I'm gonna pour the Clover Classic Custard over our cupcakes. Because that's what I can do. Because it is the perfect pair. The custard, the malva.
That butter was taking really long to dissolve.
So what did you do? What did you do over there? I was missing it. I was trying to tell him what happened.
Brown sugar. When you do this at home, just like take your time, but we're kind of
press for time.
Yeah, exactly.
Stevie time.
Yeah. So then you just like throw them all together.
Butter,
and we have some cream.
Brown sugar, cream going into your pot. Good.
And then...
so that's our syrup, right?
Yeah. And then the cameramen are just like going to stop looking at that and then we can move on to the next thing. So we have some butter. We're going to take some sugar and you beat these two together. If the sugar comes on.
If the sugar comes. Maybe
there we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Jamie, man! There's no need for me to use that thing. I will use my hand. I'll go all through to this one.
Did you see it actually did kind of splatter a little bit?
Yeah. Okay, so the jam, I know jam is also very important when it comes to malva because it has that nice little sweet taste. Why are you laughing? It has that sweet taste that's going to add to the cupcake, right?
Yes, exactly. And traditionally, you always use jam in malva pudding. Don't ask me why. Don't.
The fact that you say malva, that's cute.
Malva?
Malva? Yeah. But you know what it is.
How do most people pronounce it? Like you or like me?
I'm a bit like you. I'm a bit on the things. I'm like malva, tomato, tomato. Jamie, you see what I did there?
That was quite a vast difference.
Like same, man. Same.
Actually, yeah.
Short and
what else do we have in common?
We're short. And we're cute.
Yeah.
You're cute, so I think I'm cute as well.
We're the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, so all your wet ingredients mixed together. Then you gooi and you dry.
Okay.
So we have some flour, some salt.
I just want to ask you this, to settle this. If I didn't want to use this, I could just obviously use my hand, right?
You could. I would suggest using a spatula just to beat down the butter. Because that's the thing about using a hand mixer, it really loosens the butter up, and that's why we choose to do it.
To be fair though, I would use it at home because then I'm not on a live TV show where if I mess up, the entire crew is laughing at me. So I would use it at home.
But the good thing is that it only sounded like I was laughing at you.
But in my ear, you don't understand what's going on in my ear. Like the entire control room is also laughing like, what are you doing, girl? Like, stop doing that. It's tough out here, everybody. It is tough out here.
Okay,
are we ready?
Cool, it's done.
Our batter's ready.
And then you want to spoon it out into some lined containers. Jamie, you get to do the fun part now. So we have this piping nozzle, and you want to cut rounds out into the malva pudding. So you just take it and you just make a perfect little round.
Oh, that's cute.
And then use your spoon to pop it out. And we're going to fill those with our Clover Classic custard.
That is cute.
What's better than malva pudding and custard?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing, because we know that Clover Classic Custard is the perfect accompaniment to any dessert. And today we're going to show you just how easy it is to make these malva cupcakes. Already Michaela showed us how. And you can take these cupcakes a step further by piping the custard into the center like we're about to do right now. I'm trying to find what I can do with this.
Oh, you know what else you could do with it?
What can you do?
You did that terribly because you have to kind of put that back in at some point.
But that's, I'm putting it there. I'm putting it there. That's like my little...
If you wanted to turn the custard into an icing, you could always just add some of it to some icing sugar. Just keep adding icing sugar until you get to a consistency that you like. So
what you
wouldn't do equal parts liquid to icing. You'd do like a little bit of custard to icing.
A little bit of icing sugar.
Yeah.
Perfect. And just because Michaela said I need to put it back, I'm coming back. Right?
Yeah,
to put it back. And there is our malva
Are you going to eat it? It's Friday.
I'm not. I'm going to take it home because I'm going to eat it after training. But expressoshow.com is where you can find your hands on that recipe to make this classic. But if you missed out on any of the steps that Michaela and I did, here's a quick recap.
Made with love by Clover. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here in S3, and it's time to colour your life with Plascon. So, we asked you, all right, what colour you would paint the exterior of your home if you won the 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher. It was great. Received so many incredible entries, but we can only pick one winner. But there's something special before we get to the announcement.
Yes, before we announce that lucky winner, let's take a look at some of the entries that came through on our social media platforms. So we had so many people that came through for us, and we again asked, what color would you paint the exterior of your home? So let's see what some people had to say. We had Nazli David say, I will paint the exterior a soft grey to match my inside colour scheme and house theme. Been living here over 5 years and the previous owners over 15 years with no fresh coat of paint as yet. Would be fantastic to win this voucher.
I know it's going to be.
Fingers crossed, Nazli.
All right, so we've got Leandro Mann saying there are many classic colours for exteriors, but none come close to just, wait for it, white. So with the quality paint, the hashtag the Plascon Lifestyle has on offer. The purity of a Plascon white is what I will go for. We have a purist.
Yeah, and then we have Sitembiso Maseko as well saying, I love Plascon paints. The quality is just amazing. If I win, I would like to paint my interior with grey. I think grey has been quite a common theme there.
I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, my house is grey too.
Is it?
Yeah, the grey is just, there's something about it. It's something very classy and it's like moody, but also very, very beautiful. But it is time to reveal the lucky winner of our competition. Could we have a drum roll, please? Congratulations. Gaynor van Schalkwyk!
Now, if you want to know why Gaynor won, this is what she had to say. She obviously also commented on our social media platform, and this is what she had to say. She said, basket of gold. Why? A11, and you of course use the correct hashtag, the Plascon lifestyle. We actually have her on the line right now. Gaino, good morning. How are you feeling?
Morning, Jamie. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you feeling? Congratulations, you are the winner of that 4,000 Rand Plascon voucher. How does it feel to be a winner this morning?
Amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so excited. I didn't expect it, but basket of gold sounded like a winner.
It sounds like a winner to me, basket of gold. I mean, it's like at the end of the rainbow. I feel like you're going to find that. But you did say you would paint your house gold. That's quite an interesting color. Yes. It's actually quite fairy tale in a lot of ways. Can you give me a little bit more as to why you chose gold?
Yeah, I'm an out there person, you know, stand out wherever you can. And I think the gold terracotta colors are very trendy right now, but also very classic. So, yeah, why sit down if you can stand out? That's just my motto.
Love
Why
that
sit down
for
if you
you,
can
Gaino.
stand?
What up? We're standing up for you right now because you are that winner.
What?
Congratulations,
I love it.
Mama. One more time, Gaino van Schalkwyk, everybody, the winner
That's
of
right.
the Plascon voucher.
I love it.
Also, please send
Thank
us
you so
pictures.
much.
Please send us lots of pictures. We'd love to see that in